to be very liberal, have banned puberty blockers for minors. They say they're dangerous, with many lasting, unchangeable side effects, like rendering children permanently infertile. The FDA has never approved that medication for this kind of use on minors. Doctors prescribe them for off-label. So why are activists always telling us that they are safe for kids? Dr. Mark Siegel, who actually is a doctor and not an activist, Fox Medical contributor now. So no emergency authorization needed for this, like a COVID vaccine, because they can use it off-label. What does that mean?
Well, it means people could prescribe it, but what's really disturbing about this is how about considering the side effects of this? Let me be really clear on this. Lupron, which is the leading drug for this, is a drug I use for prostate cancer. It causes chemical castration. And every male that I've seen on this, and it could be life-saving for prostate cancer, is fatigued. They feel terrible. And you start giving this to minors, and the FDA has received 10,000 adverse events reported up until 2017 alone. We're talking about brittle bones. We're talking about severe headaches. And we're talking about suicidal thinking, changes in thinking and emotions. And we want to give this to kids? Doctors should be the ones that lead on this, not politicians.
Why aren't they?
Well, that's a good question. They should be, because their license is on the line. We're talking about the Hippocratic Oath here, right? Do no harm. Look, Harris, you and I are both known for our compassion. We struggle and are troubled by children with gender dysphoria that have not sure what their gender really is. But let them get mental health support. They already have a lot of issues regarding depression and anxiety. Why add to that a drug that it's not reversible? Some of the effects, fertility, I forgot to mention fertility. If they decide to go the other way, they may very well not be able to have a child.
Let me step in. Two things. You said chemical castration for little boys, and you told me off camera, more endometriosis for young girls going into their...
It decreases estrogen dramatically at a time when they're going into puberty.
Wow. And you make that decision as, what, 11-year-old with their parents? I mean, that is frightening. What if they change their minds? Is it reversible?
Well, it's reversible, but most of them don't end up changing their minds because they're going down a political course. And what about the gender-changing surgeries that we're talking about here that the president was advocating for? I mean, those are not reversible once you have a mastectomy. All of this is on the table, and really the question here is, what age are we talking about here? You know, by the way, the National Health Service added to the list that was said at the beginning. They're not allowing this outside of clinical trials. Why are we? And why are some states like Washington considering not even a need for parental consent? Can you imagine a 13-year-old voting for this without even a parent involved?
Florida is fighting this battle, and a judge has just put a stay on their ban on this sort of thing down in the state of Florida. We're watching that too. Dr. Siegel, always good to talk to you. We think about the whole patient, that psychotropic part, their psychological future. That is really frightening.
You're a deeply empathetic person, and I know that about you. Great to be on with you.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.